Hi and welcome. It's Jennifer Britton, the host of the Teams 365 blog from Potentials Realized. Thanks for joining me for this first inaugural Blab. I am very pleased to welcome you here. It is December the 15th, and following up from our Team Leader Breakfast Cafe series, which was always done by phone, I'm pleased to experiment with this channel here on Blab. So my name is Jennifer Britton. Some of you may have met me through my writing. I write in the area of team and group coaching, but you may also know me as the blogger behind the last 2 years of the daily posts at the Teams 365 blog. We are geared to support team leaders to do more exceptional work, and team leadership is an area of great passion for me. It's an area I continue to support team leaders around across North America, really across the globe. And it builds on to my 15 years of experience as a team leader, director, and manager. I worked for the United Nations and in the global sector for many, many years before returning back and founding Potentials Realized back in April of 2004. So I want to welcome you. A little bit about our work. We do coaching, training, and facilitation work. As I said, I'm an author in the area of team and group coaching, so that we really do bring a coaching approach to all the work that we do. I am experimenting with the Blab platform. I host a Blab in related areas for coaches around team and group coaching, and it's been really widely received. I hope for leadership and for you as team leaders that this is a useful channel. And I recognize your world of work is very busy. So these will be short calls, short video streaming calls. You're welcome to join. All you need is a Twitter account. The videos will be uploaded to YouTube, and they will also be made available through links at the Teams 365 blog. If you've never visited us online, go over to potentialsrealized.com and click on over to Teams 365 blog. As I said, I do daily blog posts and have done so since the beginning of 2014. So as we move into the end of December 2015, there are more than 700 posts there for you to explore. Very practical tips. We've just wrapped up a series on leadership myths. There's stuff on strengths, things to do with your team to help them develop, coaching skills, mentoring skills, how to provide feedback. So very much practical and geared to you as a team leader. In today's call, given that it's year end, I thought it would be interesting to really highlight some of the themes that we've been seeing in the leadership realm through our work with clients and also out in the research space. And so today's Blab will focus in on 5 themes that really I have seen continue to be impacting team leaders all over the world. These will, in fact, become the foundation for Blabs for 2015. And as some of you know, we hosted the Team Leader Breakfast Cafe series. That was a monthly call that I hosted early morning, once a month, on topics like building your team culture, working with strengths, year-end activities. I'm hoping that in the new year, we will be doing Blabs around these areas. So they're going to be short, sweet, to the point, but definitely packed with some useful ideas, tips, and resources for you to take back to your work, because I know your time is precious. So let's take a look at some of the themes from this year, and that will highlight where we're going to be going in the new year. So number 1, virtualization and mobility. I'm guessing with this channel on YouTube and in other areas that very much it is a reality for many of you working today. Our workforce is continuing to change. People are becoming more tech savvy, regardless of what generation they're in. And so we really want to continue to leverage our mobile opportunities, whether it's cell phones, whether it's platforms, whether it's apps, to help support our team and also help with the reporting requirements and project requirements that we have. Now, over the last 2 years, I've done a series of posts on virtual teams. That actually was a huge part of my former world of work. I always managed virtual teams, even in an era before they were called virtual teams. So some of you may have heard me talk about my years of experience in a South American country where I had teams out in the remote, out in what we called the hinterland. And 3 times a day, we connected, not by phone, not by internet, but by long-range radio. Team support virtually is a different beast. It's a different element. So very much, I want you, if you're interested, do check out the posts that we've done in the past at the Teams 365 blog. We also offer a separate training program on virtual team leadership because it is so unique. So Virtualization and mobility has certainly been a theme. It's not only for international organizations, local organizations are continuing to explore what will help expand opportunities within our workforce, whether it's virtual, whether it's mobile, whether it's supporting people from working from home. And as team leaders, then, we always want to think about what are those things that are going to continue to build trust and connection with our team, keep them connected, and keep that feedback loop around results and performance ongoing. A second theme that's been very key, and you've probably read me writing about this, is just the diverse preferences that show up in our teams. Again, we have workplaces where people are ranging in age from their teens right through to their 70s. And team members want and need different things. Team leadership is not a one-size-fits-all modality. So very much we want to be looking at our skill, confidence, and ability to work with diverse preferences, diverse perspectives. That includes a self-awareness of who we are ourselves. So many of you probably have done work in the area of emotional intelligence, EI. That very much helps us be aware of who we are and our impact with different members of the team. Working to support team members in ways that are best for them also helps with engagement. And engagement is a term that sometimes I think is overly used in many workplaces today. Chances are you're doing engagement surveys once or twice every 2 years. And certainly in engagement, it helps us look at, really how are people showing up at work every day. Gallup results keep pointing to the fact that almost half of our workforce today is disengaged. So as team leaders, I think this is an area we do have a lot of control over or influence over. How are we connecting with our team? How are we creating an environment where people are encouraged to bring their best selves to work every day? These are some of the themes that we explore at the Teams 365 blog. And over the last year, we've done 65 posts on team building tips. In fact, usually a short sentence or a question that you can be bringing into your own team meeting. So if you haven't viewed those, please do so. They actually led to the creation of a new Team Leaders Team Sparker cards, small pocket-sized cards I'll bring to a future call, a future blab, which really are prompters for questions that team leaders can share with their team members. Okay, so a third one that I wanted to talk about, we're going to be revisiting this at the beginning of January because it certainly is opportune time, is around support for team leaders in helping their team create better goals. As team leaders, we're operating on many levels. We may have team goals. We may have organizational goals. There may be KPIs, key performance indicators. There may also be team goals involved. And certainly goal setting is key. It's not natural in every organization. In fact, I spend a lot of time in some of the training work that I do with leaders around smart goal setting. Not everyone's aware of what makes a good goal. And that's often where we as team leaders are being looked to help support our team members in their own individual performance planning. So we will be returning in the spirit of the new year to goals in January, the first week of January. And I think as people get more clear with their goals, certainly what we know from team effectiveness is that they're able to really direct their energy in a much more focused way. And as we do team planning, that helps us ensure that everyone is rowing in the same direction. We may not be in the same seat, we may not be rowing at the same pace initially, but we are at least heading in the same direction. Going hand in hand with teamwork today is, of course, the topic of trust. Trust, lack of trust, building trust. How do we really foster an environment of trust? And trust and connection are drivers for engagement. It helps people show up each and every day to do their best work. So it's not only about having clear goals, it's also about making sure that people feel confident and comfortable in showing up at their workplace every day. A fourth area that I wanted to touch on today very briefly in this blab is, of course, the area of collaboration. And it's an area that as a team coach, I spend a lot of time talking on. I'll include a link to a YouTube presentation that I did earlier a few months ago on collaboration. Again, we can really see some interesting research that's coming out over the last few years from Harvard and other organizations. Collaboration in today's environment of ongoing change, diversity, is really essential. And yet not each one of us as leaders or our team members are confident in working collaboratively. So collaboration will continue to be a theme that we're focusing on at the Teams 365 blog and also through our training programs. So some of you may be aware that we offer coaching groups for team leaders, and that brings team leaders together in peer-related environments. Generally, the groups meet for either 3 or 4 months, and it provides team leaders with an opportunity to learn more about themselves, their leadership style, and the impact they're having. It is a coaching process. So small groups of team leaders move through the team coaching or the group coaching process together, and it's all done by phone. For those that are interested, check out coachingteamleaders.com, our related website, which has more information about upcoming 2016 coaching groups. Now, some of you are probably interested in training programs. And again, thinking of collaboration, virtual teams, these are some of the modules that we have real-time training in, and as we will be continuing to roll out in 2016, more on-demand, online, video-based programming. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. And again, you can always circle back with us at potentialsrealized.com. Part of our stake in this work is that, we are bringing a coaching approach. Coaching is a modality which helps people excel. It's not just about getting along well, it's also about getting clear on the results that you want to create in your work. And as part and parcel of that coaching approach, everything changes through conversation. So conversations are really a currency. I'd like you to think about the key moments of inflection that you've had this year where business has moved forward, business has moved in a different direction. Chances are it's been due to conversations. I really think that the art of the one-on-ones is critical for team leaders today. Hopefully you are spending some time as we wrap down the year and start setting ourselves up for success for 2016 in having those conversations with your team members. If you're unsure of what to ask in a one-on-one, again, check out the Teams 365 blog. In my travels over the last couple of years, I've actually had the chance to work with client organizations that have shared with their staff many of the blog posts, especially these ones with the one-on-one, because it's not always a natural thing that we do. Now, a reminder, as building those skills in the conversation space and being able to help people tap into their own excellence, we want to be listening. We want to be listening deeper. We want to be listening to what people are really saying to us. And that will spark questions that we are then asking. As leaders, we have a bit of a default to problem solve. Again, depending on the culture in your organization, it may not just be about problem solving. It may also be about helping people problem solve for themselves. So questions are part of this currency of real excellence and high performance. Also, as part of conversations as currency is the focus on goal setting and accountability. And very much that's our stake as a coaching organization. We really want to ensure that in support of you as team leaders, that you're circling back. You're actually working with staff to not only identify their goals, but also identify those timeframes. And you're circling back to see how you and others can be of support to them. So these are the 5 areas: virtualization and mobility. Number 2, working with diverse perspectives and working with different styles in a team. That's certainly been a theme from this year, and I'm sure something that you see even more important in your organization. The 3rd one is around helping people create better goals and foster that trust and connection. Area 4 that I mentioned was collaboration. And the 5th area was making sure that we really are leveraging those conversational spaces. The art of the one-on-one is not dead. So these will be the foundation of our first 5 Blabs starting in January with our first one on goal setting. I hope that you will meet back with us, and we'll put a link through to the Teams 365 Blab and blog. It's really been a pleasure to support all of you, and I really do hope that we will continue to support you in the work that you do as team leaders as you move through 2016. Again, my name's Jennifer Britton. I look forward to staying connected in the new year through the Teams 365 Blab and blog. So hope that you'll join us here back next time. And until then, have a great holiday season and all the best for 2016. Take care.